Hey, what's up guys? Roger here with the Real Breakdown. So I just got out of watching the early IMAX fan screening of Joker, Folie. Now, if you guys know anything about me, you know that the first one I found to be really dreary, kind of depressing, and although a very good film, just something that I didn't want to revisit. So I was a little weary of coming back into this world. Now I can definitely tell you guys that this movie has a completely different vibe in some ways, but yet at the same time, you can still tell it's in the same world. First and foremost, guys, yes, this movie is a musical. There are a lot of musical numbers. It's not a musical in the traditional sense where like the story gets told through music, but there's a lot of music, a lot of singing, a lot of fantastical numbers in it. And to be honest, sometimes it feels overbearing. It feels like it kind of drowns out the overall story and message of the movie, which I'll get to a little bit later. But yeah, it was one of those things where like I felt like it didn't really add much to the story, and I was kind of left wondering why that was even a choice. But overall, guys, I have to say that like, you know, the cinematography, the directing, the acting is all on par. There's nothing really wrong with this movie from a movie making perspective. So in the end, guys, I'm kind of feeling a little indifferent about it because although the movie itself was really well made, I can't really say that I enjoyed it, found it thought-provoking, or I just feel very indifferent about it, which is interesting because the first movie, I found it to be very dreadful, something I didn't really want to watch again, but I said, I feel like this kind of has a message. I get what you're going for. I understand what you're trying to say here. In here, it really felt like the over-stylization of this movie, putting in the musical numbers, the amount of slow-mo shots. They do a little too much. They try to stylize the film so much that, in my opinion, it drowns out the rest of the story and some of the characters. Now, a few things to note as well are that there is one very particular character that comes into this storyline from the Batman universe. You guys will know the individual when you see him, but aside from that, you do see some characters returning from the first movie. You do see some scenes from the first movie, and as some early reviews have said, I do agree that this film feels a little disjointed. It feels like there's a part of it that's like the court drama, and then there's a part of it that's like the musical number, and like somewhere in between, there's kind of a disconnect on how one leads to the other. In the end, guys, just to kind of wrap things up, I thought this was a very well-made film. Todd Phillips, I think, does a phenomenal job in putting films together. But I have to say, in the end, I felt like this time around with the Joker movie, the message was missing. The point of the movie was missing. And it just kind of felt like an over-stylized film that was just trying to incorporate music just to incorporate music. Lady Gaga, I thought, was great. Her acting always is on display and is like kind of gets better every time I see her. But at the end of the day, I did feel like her character was kind of pointless, and that's where I feel like she did a great job with what she had, but the story overall kind of let her down. So yeah, it just felt like something wasn't there. But I can't say that this is a bad movie either. So definitely one that I think fans of the first one are going to either feel like I liked it or I didn't. And I do have to say, guys, that at the end of this film, there is no post-credit scene. But at the end of the film, they do something that kind of leaves people thinking, it's going to leave people thinking that there's something more kind of going on with this story. I gotta say, I don't really think that there is. I've already heard people coming out of the theater theorizing of like, oh, could this connect to this, and where's the post-credit scene? And I'm just like, I don't think that there's gonna be any interconnectivity. Maybe that is out there, maybe that is rumored out there. I haven't heard of it. But overall, guys, I feel pretty indifferent about this film. I think it's a very well-made film, and if you are a fan of the first one, go watch it in theaters, give it a shot, but don't be surprised if it's not really your cup of tea. So, with that said, guys, those are my initial out-of-theater reactions on Joker, Folie. We'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, everyone. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for what's next to come on The Real Breakdown.